Hello everyone. In this session we will see the initial part of operational amplifiers. What are operational amplifiers? Operational amplifiers are an integral part of many analog and mixed signal systems. Op-amps with vastly different levels of complexity are used to realize functions ranging from DC bias generation to high-speed amplification or filtering. There are many advantages of operational amplifiers. So what are those advantages? When we look into the application, we will come to know the advantages. Now we will see what are the different performance parameters of the op-amps. First one is the gain. The open loop gain of the op-amp determines the precision of the feedback system employing the op-amp. A high open loop gain may also be necessary to suppress the non-linearity. See, to suppress the non-linearity, we need the high open loop gain. Next performance parameter is small signal bandwidth. The high frequency behavior of op-amps plays a critical role in many applications. For example, as the frequency of the operation increases, the open loop gain begins to drop. See here in this figure, as the frequency of the operation increases, the open loop gain begins to drop, creating a larger errors in the feedback system. The small signal bandwidth is usually defined as unity gain frequency FU. See here, this is the unity gain frequency FU. What is FU? The small signal bandwidth is usually defined as the unity gain frequency FU, which can reach several gigahertz in today's CMOS op-amps. What you should know is, here, as the frequency of operation increases, the open loop gain begins to drop. And what is this FU? FU is the unity gain frequency. And this is several gigahertz in today's CMOS op-amps. The 3 dB frequency, that is F3 dB may also be specified to allow easier prediction of the closed loop frequency response. Next one is large signal behavior. We have already studied large signal model. What is large signal model? Large signal model of a MOSFET proves essential in analog circuits in which the signal significantly disturbs the bias point, particularly if nonlinear effects are of concern. When we have to look into the nonlinear effects, then we go for the large signal analysis. Now, what is a large signal behavior? In many today's applications, op-amps must operate with the large transient signals. Under these conditions, nonlinear phenomena make it difficult to characterize the speed merely by a small signal property such as open loop response. The large signal behavior is usually quite complex, calling for the careful simulation. Next is output swing. Most systems employing op-amps require large voltage swings to accommodate a wide range of signal amplitudes. See, most systems employing op-amps require large voltage swings to accommodate a wide range of signal amplitudes. There is an example given over here. For example, a high quality microphone that senses the music produced by an orchestra may generate instantaneous voltages that vary by more than 4 orders of the magnitude, demanding that subsequent amplifiers and filters handle large swings and or achieve a low noise. The need for a large output swings has made fully differential op-amps popular. Such op-amps generate complementary outputs, roughly doubling the available swing. The maximum voltage swing trades with the device size and bias currents and hence the speed. See, there is a trade-off between the maximum voltage swing, device size, bias currents and also the speed. Achieving large swings is a principal challenge in today's op-amp design. So output swing is very important when we go for the op-amp design. Linearity. Open loop op-amps suffer from substantial non-linearity. The issue of the non-linearity is tackled by two approaches: using fully differential implementations to suppress even order harmonics and allowing sufficient open loop gain for the closed loop feedback system to achieve adequate linearity. It is interesting to note that in many feedback circuits, the linearity requirement rather than the gain error requirement governs the choice of the open loop gain. Noise and offset. The input noise and the offset of the op-amps determine the minimum signal level that can be processed with a reasonable quality. In a typical op-amp topology, several devices contribute noise and offset, necessitating large dimensions or bias currents. We should also recognize a trade-off between noise and the output swing. Supply rejection. Op-amps are often employed in mixed signal systems and sometimes connected to noisy digital supply lines. See, when they are connected to noisy digital supply lines, then the supply rejection plays a very important role. Thus, the performance of a op-amp in the presence of the supply noise, especially as the noise frequency increases, is important. For this reason, fully differential topologies are preferred. This is a circuit diagram of the one-stage op-amp. There are two topologies. Here the output is taken from the one end, whereas in this circuit the output is taken between both the ends. Therefore, these two first figure, that is A figure, gives the single-ended output, whereas the B figure gives the differential output. And look here, the small signal low frequency gain of both the circuits is equal to GMN RON parallel to ROP, where the subscripts N and P denote NMOS and PMOS respectively. This circuit also we have studied and this circuit also we have studied. Since the output is taken from the single end, this is the single-ended topology, whereas here the output is taken from this point as well as from this point, so we call it as the differential output. Here the bandwidth is usually determined by the load capacitance CL. This is just a brief idea of what is one-stage op-amp. Next is the cascade op-amp. Already we have studied the cascade stage. The cascade of the CS stage, the cascade of the CS stage and CG stage is called as the cascade topology. Already we have studied that. This is one cascade stage, or you can say it as this is one cascade operational amplifier. This is another cascade operational amplifier. In order to achieve the high gain, the differential cascade topologies can be used. See, here in the first figure, we are taking the output from one point, and in the second figure, we are taking the output between 2 points. Therefore, this is called as the single-ended and this is called as the differential output generation. And such circuits generate a gain of the order of GMN RON square parallel to GMP ROP square. This is about the brief introduction of what is cascade op-amp. That's all. Thank you.